City Talk. Let's get it started. City Talk. Let's get it started. City Talk. City Talk. With my man, Ron. And my man, roll. City Talk. Let's get it started.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to City Talk.
City Talk.
We're here on the CoyoteMan TV show network, so if you haven't downloaded the app, you can find it on Amazon Fire, Roku, and you can always find it where you find your mobile apps. And I'm one of the hosts of City Talk, and this is... and we're going to get right into it. Wow, it's August 29th. Almost the end of the month, man.
Yeah, end of the month. You know what I mean? It's coming, you know what I'm saying, to an end. You know what I'm saying? Summer coming to an end. And these kids, you know what I'm saying, today was the first day of school. So
It's amazing they went back before Labor Day.
yeah, because I mean, we used to go back after Labor Day.
Right, they did that despite Hogan, because Hogan wrote it into law. But
Okay.
once again, though, first day of school, and the kids get dismissed early.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, they got dismissed early today. You know why they got dismissed? Because, well, it was Baltimore City School. Yeah,
It was a
City
couple
School.
Baltimore County schools also, but mainly Baltimore City because of air conditioning.
Right.
And it's forecasted that they're going to get out tomorrow too. So we on a crazy start to the beginning of the school year. You know.
Yeah, so Brother G, what you got for us, my man?
Oh man, I want to talk about the Artemis moon mission.
Oh, yeah,
I was
yeah.
excited to talk about it, but it got scrubbed today because of fuel leaks.
Well, that's what it was. I thought it was an engine cooling situation.
What I heard, it was a fuel leak situation. And well, engine cooling, fuel leak. That
But the bottom line is, don't put it up in the air if it ain't right. Don't put it up in there.
The mission is supposed to go to Mars, and it's the test mission. They sent it up there without people. Well, didn't go. It's going without people. You know, they got 3 dummies in there, but it's going to go in.
Literally, like, yo, you mean like real dummies or just
Real dummies.
real dummies? Like dummies, like the dummy on the street dummy or the dummy,
Nah,
or
not
the
dummy.
crash
They
dummy?
not dummy. This is just a dummy.
So yeah, that's crazy though. Yeah, like what's the name of the joint again that's going up there to the moon? What's the name of the
Artemis.
The Artemis.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people don't know. The first joint that went to the moon before was called
Was
the
it-
Apollo.
Apollo,
It was called
right.
the Apollo. So Apollo twin sister is Artemis. So that's the twin
okay.
sister. So they go send a female virgin up
Okay.
there, and this one's supposed to go. I think it's supposed to go around
Right.
on the dark side of the moon. So nobody never seen the dark side of the moon.
Well, the Apollo went up to the dark side of the moon, one of the missions, because remember it was 11 Apollo missions.
So it's 11.
Yeah, they didn't.
Well, no. Which one actually sat down on the damn moon?
That was the first one.
But that was Apollo what? 1, right?
That's what we won. Yeah.
Okay, so Artemis
The
is
other
because
one-
Artemis actually in Greek terminology, that is his twin sister.
Right.
So the twin sister. Well, that's why I guess they're going back to the moon. I guess they sending the twin sister this time.
Yeah.
So now we about to put some ladies on the moon. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Everybody get a turn.
You know.
You know what I'm saying? It's only right. You know what I'm saying? The moon is hard rock. So all the ladies gonna go up there to the moon, sit up there on that hard rock.
What do you think they going up there to look for?
I don't know what they looking for. What's up there? Because I mean, before that's what they said it was. It was just a rock.
Well, you remember they shot a missile at the moon a couple of years ago, and they said it rang like a bell.
Come on, yo. Well, yo, come on, yo. Like, yo.
And when they was looking for water, they shot a missile up there to.
I mean, it wasn't to penetrate. It was just enough just to kind of.
Right, but they said it rang like a bell for almost like a week. So, some
Okay.
people is a theory that the moon is a spaceship. That's the
Okay, well,
tinfoil
I'll
hat.
say this. It might be the, you know what I'm saying? What's that? What was that? The Death Star. Remember that? Hey, yo, but check this out, though. Like, on a serious note, right? Like, say, for example, right? Say, if we could take the moon, could somebody claim ownership on the moon?
Well, they already sold property on the moon. Hilton bought a lot of property on the moon years ago.
No, just buy property? I mean, because if you could buy the
Well,
whole
you
moon,
powerful and
because
you
then the
rich.
next time you go up there, I'm gonna charge you.
Well, exactly. Hilton bought rights to build a hotel up there already. I mean, I ain't bullshitting.
Yo, Speaking of which, though, hey, yo, my man B gave me this story. I saw it last week, and it was kind of like, I thought it was like a joke. But as a sister up in New Jersey, I ain't get her name or nothing. My man B gave me this. The chick is she's from Jersey, but the parents, and she teach kindergarten. That some of the parents saying that she's too curvy, she's too thick, she's too curvy, and they don't want to. Yeah, she's not teaching. They saying that, yo. And I seen her. Shorty do look. She right. She think it's cold grits. So like they saying that, but it's crazy. She said a lot of the women. She said they support her, but it's a certain group of women saying like, no, she's too curvy. Now I don't see nothing wrong with that in kindergarten. Now maybe she was in high school or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But like you can't.
I'm about to say you can't do nothing about.
No, you can't do nothing about your curves. But I do know some sisters that have got sent home for, wearing the same outfit that another group of people couldn't wear, they couldn't wear. So they got sent home. You can't help it if you got big boobs and a big butt. So, you know what I'm saying? So there's also another story, like I went to New Orleans before, and I did a historical tour there. And what happened down there, they said back during a certain time, that the sisters that was walking around in the city of New Orleans, they had to cover their hair up. They didn't want the European men to have an attraction to the women of color. What? They didn't, so they used to have them cover their hair.
Wow.
So yeah, so this is one of those same situations again where here it is a sister coming up in there and she's just too curvy. And what is you intimidated? I don't see nothing wrong with that.
That's all they hate.
Yeah,
you know, women don't like other women anyway, especially if they have some kind of advantage over them. And the body is, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
that's the first thing you say. Yeah. I mean, so I'm saying. So what it is, man, some of the sisters maybe they don't trust that. Now a lot of fathers might start coming to PTA meetings now. Because Miss Jones looking good up in there. And there's a little inspiration. You know what I'm saying?
At first, probably like what it is the most beautiful woman in the room is the only woman in the room. Once another woman enters the room, it's not like the men necessarily don't give that first woman any attention, but that one's going to get some attention too. Now she's looking at it like, I used to get all the attention. Now I got to share it.
If you fly, you ain't got to worry about nobody else coming in and stealing your thunder. You know what I'm saying? If you fly already, you ain't got to worry about that.
What they should realize is they are part of the super friends. Each woman has a different attribute.
Facts. This is facts.
Some women are Superman. They do damn near anything, but it's something that's going to hurt them. Some kind of kryptonite. Right. You know what I mean? That Aquaman, that ain't going to hurt
maybe
Aquaman.
a lace front on lay right. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Lashes got caught in the eye.
Right. So, everybody have their own spot powers. And that's the thing. I ain't gonna lie, women are beautiful, So, own your beauty, you know what I'm saying? Just because you may not have what you have, then you work the room with whatever you have.
Stay in your lane,
That's it. Point blank period. So, Brother G, I was speaking of which, it was a story that was just happened over the weekend. It was a volleyball tournament in Utah at BYU, and it was a tournament of different schools or whatever, and it was Duke was playing BYU, and it was a fan that was in the crowd heckling. Duke is one sister that starts, a black girl that starts. Her name is Rachel Richardson. And out of 3 black girls that was on the team, but she was the one that was on the volleyball court at the time. Fan kept calling her the N-word. So like nobody stood up, said anything. The coach, nobody, this whole athlete facility, nobody said anything. So they continued to let it go on. So when the game was over, one of the team captains, white girl, walks over to the coach and said, "Why didn't?" Oh, and it got so bad that they said, "You might want to watch yourself going to the bus." So it turned around.
Who had to watch themselves going to the bus?
They said the black chick that was serving. Every time she served her, he kept calling her the N-word. Every time she served the ball, he called her the N-word. So one of the police officer from the campus police had to come stand by Duke's.
What?
Yeah. So make a long story short, she turns around and the team captain was a white girl, goes over to the BYU coach and said, "Why didn't you do anything about this?" And she was just like, "Well, what was I supposed to do?" So now this is down to something else now. They're not even playing at the facility now. Now they want to talk to the athletic director and everything. The athletic director shows up. Guess who didn't show up? The coach.
Wow.
So I mean,
So there were no parts of that. Huh?
Yo, here it is. We're in the 21st century. We still got people out here like we run around in the 50s. And then the thing is, didn't nobody else in the crowd, nobody else in the stands said anything? So I guess BYU was just, you know, I mean, well, you know what I'm saying? You know, so what's your thought on it, brother?
I mean, honestly, I can't see how people in the crowd didn't
check them.
Yeah.
Well,
whether they were white or black.
They say they banned her from all athletic. They just banned him. That was it. They just banned him from coming to any BYU facility.
See, that's another case of that old PTA. You know what I'm saying? They, you know, if that was a black person and he was saying racist stuff to white, you know, to the white person, oh man, he would have been out of there the second time.
They would have drug him out of there. They would have drug him out of there.
They would say crack, and then he would have been out of there.
Yeah, no doubt. On, so, you know, so right is right and wrong is wrong across the board. Even like Martin Luther King, I even heard one say, "Don't judge a man by the color of his skin, but by
the content of his character." But you know, I think it's hard for them to treat their people like they treat us because, all right, they have hatred against us, and then we have self-hatred, right? So it's easier for us to be hard on us, you know, and it's easy for them to be hard on us. But it's easier for them to be easier on themselves because they look at themselves and they love what they see. So they not trying to be hard on themselves. They trying to make as many excuses. I mean, look at everything. You know, thank God for the internet and social media.
Yeah, no doubt. Because before it was like a fairy tale, like we was lying.
They look at you in your face and be, or you know, now you know you can have a camera in your car, you can have your phone or whatever. They will pull you up and say, "Oh, she said you did something to her."
Yeah.
And
I mean, like even when we saw the Rodney King thing for the first time, when we finally saw, we was like, "Yo, somebody finally caught this."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it was still like, oh, we got him now, and it's still like, yo, the result of it didn't end the way we thought it was gonna end.
Right.
Like, yo, you don't mind telling that story that you was talking about at the 7-Eleven?
Oh, man, okay. I was in the 7-Eleven, trying to get some ice, and a guy was in there trying to get a refund for a money order that he had purchased, and the store owner conveniently didn't speak English, so you know, when the man was requesting his money. So the man came slightly behind the counter. He didn't, you know, come all the way to the cash register. So the clerk said, I'm going to go and get my boss. But he had pressed the button for the police to come. So he went outside. When he saw the police pulling up, he came back in, walked behind the counter, and continued to help the patrons. The police ran in and grabbed the dude, instantly slapped the cuffs on him. And the dude was trying to explain what was going on. He was calm and everything. The police officer was just being the biggest jerk that he could be. And his partner, she was cool, but then they called for backup. When backup came in, I'm standing there with my cup waiting to get the ice. And, you know, me and another guy was commenting on how rough the police was being with the guy. But the next officer...
And then you mentioned, too, the brother wasn't aggressive. You said he wasn't aggressive.
He was Joe Cool. He was like one of them guys that say groovy sometimes, you know?
Right.
But when the next officer came in, that guy proceeded to walk up to me and push me out the way. And I'm like, oh, what's going on, homeboy? And he like, get out the way, get out the store. Man, move it up. And I'm like, hold up, I'm not part of this. I'm waiting to get some ice. But, you know, I was trying to break it down to the sergeant because when the sergeant got there, you know, I was telling him, look how aggressive you're being with people in this community. Y'all come rushing in the door, you don't know what's going on.
Right.
And you just start being aggressive with people. And then, you know, the crazy thing is the two officers that were there that were non-black were the most civil in the situation. So it's just like...
So pretty much you saying that the officers came through and tried to treat it like a roundup. Like, you know, like all y'all, everybody that was a color in the store, he treated them like that as such.
Yeah, pretty much. And it was kind of like, we in here, we run this now, we own this city. I'm telling you, man, if I ain't had to go to work, I would have really, you know, gave him the business as far as, you know, making sure I got in contact with, you know, his upper authority or whatever. But, you know, it's almost to the point where...
But whatever happened with the brother, though? Did anything happen with him? What happened with him?
Well, the police. I gave the police officer my information, and I told the guy, if you need, contact me, and I'll be one of your witnesses. Because they didn't arrest him.
But you said that he lied, and you said the guy behind the counter lied.
Yeah, the guy behind the counter lied and said that he climbed over the counter. And you was trying to get in the cash register.
And you said you was trying to mind your business,
like,
and they threw you in. They threw you in the mix like, yo, it was a roundup. Yo, you lucky they didn't throw the cuffs on you.
I was waiting for him to, though.
I was surprised they didn't do that.
Hey, I know plenty of good lawyers. My cousin's a lawyer, so yeah, I'm waiting to get my little lawsuit.
That's crazy though. I mean, but that's not even the point though. The point is just that treat people as such.
Exactly.
But
the thing is like, if that would have been a 7-Eleven full of, non-black people,
right?
There's no way in the world they would have ran it being aggressive like that. Because if it was, the police officer said, "Oh, we got a call that it was an armed robbery," I said, "So it was an armed robbery, and you have 2 cashiers ringing people up while an armed robbery is being attempted." I said, "That don't even make sense, man."
Right.
But like I said, if this was Pikesville, you would have been in there like, "Excuse me, who called?
Right.
What's your problem, sir?"
Yeah.
And they could have simply told the guy, "Look, man, there's nothing they could do about this money order in here. You got to go."
Right.
They didn't have to grab him, put cuffs on him, and all that kind of stuff. Humiliate the man. Honestly.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Humiliated me.
Well, speaking of fighting and carrying on, it was two. This happened back in June. It was two pilots, Air France. They got suspended because they got the fighting in the cockpit. I don't know. They got the fighting.
Were they flying?
They was in the air. They got the fighting. They got the fighting in the cockpit.
Come fight in the friendly sky.
Yeah, they was fighting, and so you know what I'm saying. So they both got suspended. I guess it just finally came down the pike. So I just want to know what that conversation was probably like.
You're like, I don't want to fly this way.
What was it about? You know what I'm saying? Did he say somebody's old lady or something? Did he try to grope?
He want to fly over the Eiffel Tower.
So they got the fighting, and so you know what I'm saying. So it's kind of crazy, you know what I mean? Like, that's not the place where you want to nut up at. That ain't the place where you
right up in there and slap box.
Yeah. You be like, the minute we put this plane on the damn ground, it's gonna be it. You know what I'm saying?
I wanted somebody steal somebody where he like, hey, come on.
Right. Yo, this is kind of crazy. This is a kind of crazy story because I talked about this last week, and it was in Massachusetts they trying to pass this Crown Act law with the hairs and stuff like that. They were saying like on certain jobs people was trying to discriminate of hairstyles and all that. So there's a couple states that kind of got this Crown Act in effect now. So Massachusetts is the most recent state that's trying to get this Crown Act in effect. So this happened in South Dakota. This happened in South Dakota high school, and it was a young black freshman. His name is Baxter Schaefer. Mm-hmm. He was up there, and they told him before he even came to school, they said, "Hey, look, you got to cut these off." So it's like, yo. I mean, and I'm pretty sure he was. I've never been to South Dakota, but I can only imagine. I don't think it's probably a lot of people that have locks or whatever.
Right.
So they told him, say, hey, so he went to a Catholic school before this. Mm-hmm. They never had a problem with it. So his parents, I guess they say, hey, you going back to the Catholic school now. He goes back to the Catholic school now, and they telling him, saying, hey, we ain't saying you can't have dreads, and you can't have locks. I'm sorry, not dreads. That's politically incorrect now because it's locks now. But, locks. So you're supposed to have locks. So they saying you can have them, but they have to be either collar length, and they have to a collar length above your collar or collar length. That's it. Yeah. So they trying to, and they jumping on the bandwagon saying that.
So if you have locks, you got to look like Terrence Trent D'Arby or something. You know
who's that?
Stealing like a bandit. Remember that dude?
No.
Terrence Trent D'Arby?
No.
Wishing well.
Well, what do you got? What do you got?
The London dude. He's kind of like the London Michael Jackson / Prince type dude back.
All right. Well, when we get up out of here, I'm gonna pull that up though. But like, they saying that, but I still feel like that's still another form of discrimination, and it's just like. So I mean, now
that's to go to public school.
Yeah, they did. So the parents didn't even say, all right, well, cool, you gonna go back to the Catholic school.
No, but that's definitely discrimination if they saying that to go to public school. Now, if that was a private school, that you had to pay for, they can have a set of rules that, hey, but a public school, come on, you crazy?
Yeah. But
A lawyer is waiting to jump on that one.
Yeah, I mean, but no, if it's a private school, then you gotta follow the rules.
That's what I'm saying.
You gotta follow. I think he's going back to the I don't know if it's a private school or not, but I know it's a Catholic school.
It's probably
private school, but they saying it but they saying not just for people of color. They saying everybody. Like you can't have. It's got to be either like collar length or above that.
Wow. Well, you know what? They're gonna face when the punk rockers come in. You know what I mean? Come on now. Basically, they giving the go ahead to say, you know how human beings is. I want to do it just because I can't do it.
Well, yeah, that's just like growing up in school. And I mean, like we had the high top fades.
Right, but they didn't tell us we couldn't. Shoot, I had blonde hair one time. The Kid and Play Johnson.
Yeah, I said that last week. I had a. Well, this was years ago. And like I said, there ain't no evidence. I had a Jerry curl.
Yeah, I mean, you told me. And speaking of last week, that was a damn good show.
Yeah. Well, you wasn't here, brother. So
I had to go to space.
You ain't gotta tell people your business, whatever it was. None of my damn business what you was doing.
Yeah, man, to take a vacation.
Okay, all right, or a staycation, or whatever you want to do. You know. Speaking of which, your boy Fauci stepping down to do something.
Yeah. You better get out of there. Come on, man. Look at all they call this all for naught.
You say what? You
all for naught.
All for naught.
All this stuff was for nothing, man. Look at where we back at. Almost square one.
Well.
And it's just wash your hands.
Yeah.
You know, they ain't even doing the social distancing like that no more. You know, you have certain people, and I think the people that still are practicing the social distance, just so people don't like being around people anyway.
Yeah. Well, Lexington Market, they closed the East Building down over the weekend.
Yeah.
They're redoing it. They're redoing it. Yeah. So what you think that's gonna be like once they fix it up?
It's probably going to cater to people that don't, shop there now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's probably going to be more.
But how you gonna keep people out though? That's the question.
Make the stuff cost more. Like we said, Jerome Powell just said that we headed real fast into a recession. What they trying to do is they trying to get the money out of the system. So much money has been pumped in. They got to get that money out because inflation is going to keep rising as long as people got money to spend. It's crazy. They flat out admitting we need people to lose their job. Because if people start losing their jobs, they have less money to spend. And as the money come out the system, they could take it. And then inflation decreases. But Jerome Powell said, in the next coming months, everybody, you're going to feel some pain. He said everybody's going to share the pain. So,
well, we knew this. We all knew this was coming when them stimulus and all that was out there. We all knew this was coming. People just felt like they was getting income taxes.
Well, people like you and I knew this was coming.
Yeah.
The other people don't realize what's on the other side of that. You know what I'm saying?
Ball till you fall.
Ball till you fall. Yeah, well. Come get me.
Yeah. Oh, check this out, yo. This weekend, the Ravens, this is preseason is over, so this is no more everything now. Everybody back to zero. So anybody playing at this point is go count. So over the weekend, like at halftime, they have like the little youth football game out there a little bit. And, and Poe went out there, Poe, the bird.
Okay.
Yeah, he went out there and got injured, man.
What, he fell?
I don't know. It looked like I saw the video and it looked like he kind of like he staggered and, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if he got hit with a well, they did
say was drinking them natty bowls.
No. Well, actually, they said Edgar Allan Poe like yak. They say he like the cognac.
Yeah, they leave some cognac.
Yeah. So I don't know. I ain't gonna say that Poe was drinking the yak.
Yeah, Poe was drinking them natty bowls.
Yeah. So like, they took him out on the cart and all that. They had to get rid of, what I'm saying? They had to take him up off of that.
Dang.
Yeah.
Hey, did you hear the running back for the Redskins got shot up? Carjacked. He doing pretty good though. He was joking while he was healing. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we gotta pay these bills. We'll be right back with City Talk.
What's good? It's your boy Squirrel Wide. Hey, you know where I'm gonna be September 10th? I'm going to be right here at Clifton Park for the Riff on the Cliff Fest, brought to you by Fat Brand and Iconic. It's going to be crazy. It's all featuring Dream Dog, Young Moose, Rough Ends. Who else going to be there? Scola, IZM 400, Brett Sears, Miami Mills, BRM Stunton, Lil Ty. A little bit of everybody's going to be there. Big festival, 2 stages. You don't want to miss it. You need any information on it, all you got to do is go riffonthecliffest.org. See you there, Big Mouth.
Fat Brand presents the first annual Riff on the Cliff Music and Arts Festival, featuring Dream Dog, Young Moose, Scola De Niro of Blue Hill, J Grams, Rough Ends, and many, many more. All happening Saturday, September 10th at 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. It's all happening at Clifton Park, 2801 Harford Road. Get your tickets today at riffonthecliffest.org. Sponsored in part by Iconic Entertainment and the Funds Unlimited Group.
Start. City Talk. Let's get it started. City Talk. Let's get it started. City Talk.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen, to City Talk. If you have not, download the CoyoteMan TV show network on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, and you can find it where you find your mobile apps. So, Vor, did you hear in the Woodbury community, that's over there near TV Hill?
Okay, I know what that's at.
It's a report that's going out. The Baltimore Brew actually put it out there, and no other TV stations are reporting it. And it's lead falling off of the TV tower.
Yeah.
A woman said that she kept noticing these little red dots all in her yard and on her house and stuff, and she got it analyzed and come to find out it's lead and it's coming off of the tower. And, you know, they kept reporting it, kept trying to get them to say something, and all the TV stations is hush with this. And she said she started driving around and the stuff is blowing around everywhere. And she said, especially when it rains, the rain, you know, peels a lot of it off. But, you know, it's lead, it's probably old.
But you saying that it fell off, and when it fell off, she noticed all these red specks. So she went and got it tested, and then when she got it tested, she says it's lead.
It's lead.
So
she began driving around the community, and she noticed like the stuff was all over people's houses and in front of their yard and stuff like that. And people didn't know. She said one couple was laying on the ground with their baby.
Wow.
So I don't know, if you live in that community, you might want to, you know, first of all, check to see if you see those little red specks. And if you do, you might want to start going to the community association meetings and figure out how y'all going to resolve this.
Yeah, because that's serious, because that's not just harmful to children, to your pets,
right?
Things of that nature.
Anything
So
is living.
Yeah, so you got to be careful of that. And like lead ain't like a thing that is just like it's over with. Like it's grown people, it ain't gonna really hurt you, but to children and to, like I said, your pets and all.
Well, no, lead ain't good to nobody.
Well, I mean, it's not. I mean, like.
Well, I guess you figure our brains have already developed.
I mean, some of these grown motherfuckers, man, you know what I'm saying? They like, you know, like they like, you know, some of these kids like they've been sucking on lead. I ain't gonna lie.
We talked about the water, you know, up and down in the Park Heights area.
Yeah,
you know
but no, it's not just that neither though, because if you go over east, remember they was digging up all up over there, all up what was that? All over there, like Monument.
Right,
they was digging up all like even like going up north towards North Avenue. They was going all up there, pulling up pipes. And actually, they laying down plastic pipes now.
I mean, of course, but after 60 years of galvanized pipes, you know.
Yeah, but don't just do it for one area. If you go lay down plastic pipes, lay it down everywhere.
Why you think they started in that?
Of course, you know why. Because of John Hopkins, right? So like, they come up there, they putting like $300,000 homes up in there. Like they got, I mean, like I remember that whole community is changing. Like no disrespect, I'm all for change. I'm all for that. But at the same time, don't just do for one section of people and don't do for everybody. Because if that's the case, pull up all these pipes all around the city. Don't just pull up one.
See, the thing is, a savvy lawyer would be a person that was on the level like Peter Angelos or something like that,
Right.
man, that would be the biggest class action suit probably in the history of the state.
Well, yeah, well.
look how they swayed the communities throughout, the country to start drinking bottled water. When we was little,
we laughed at. I ain't gonna lie, I laughed at bottled water. I didn't think bottled water, but that's all I
thought
drank
it was
now.
stupid when it first was like, well, I'm gonna buy some water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we would turn the faucet on and let it run for about 10 minutes. My grandfather said, "Give me that old cold water." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what it was.
Well, considering though, I ain't gonna lie, like I will say for the most part, like Maryland do have good
water,
drinkable
right,
water
compared to
other places. Because even when I lived in Florida, hey, look, if you ain't had no filter in your house, we know you got clowned for that. If you ain't had no filter on the side of your house, yeah, you would get clowned for that because that water down south, if it'll start to smell like egg, they call it sulfur water. Okay. And like, so people would take, they take showers and all that. I don't care how much you still gonna smell this because it's hard water. Okay. And I know, what I'm saying, so that water's kind of rough. And if you go to like just certain places, they drink
I heard Vegas.
Yeah, they drink well water. So you got to be careful of that too. So it's so just be grateful. I mean, like I ain't saying right is right. Well, I'm giving credit where credit is due.
No, I understand.
But
it's
the lead pipes, because the thing is, up there in Flint, Michigan, we still ain't hearing nothing about none of this. But what are we doing? Because those people, they're going to be affected by that.
Oh yeah. But the thing is, I'm telling you, we were another Flint, Michigan. Our system of people, they good enough to keep certain stuff under the wraps. You know what I'm saying?
Like the lead falling off the damn tower.
Exactly.
Right.
But but the thing is, if you relate, I know people that have got lead paint poisoning settlements.
Right.
So it's just like, hold up, you remember they was advertising on TV for years, where it's just like, okay, you settle with these people, but you did not correct the problem.
Well, the thing is, the money is not going to fix what's broken already.
Right, but if you already were damaged, I could see if they settle with those people because those people showed, signs of having lead paint poisoning. But then, like you said, you dug up all the pipes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So, but the thing is, a lot of it. What about the elders that lived? Because it wasn't a black and white thing then with the lead back in the 50s and 60s. Because everybody was living in these same houses.
The galvanized pipes, as time goes on, that's when, once they first laid the pipes, it wasn't like it was messed up then.
Yeah, because some of these pipes here is over 100 years old.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So over time, that metal is going to come out of the pipe.
Because sometimes, even when you turn your water on, don't you like sometimes when it's got cold and you'll turn your water and you'll see it, and you'll see like those little specks of like it almost look like
metal.
Yeah. So you'll see it. So yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it's living proof. Look what happened on North Avenue. With that sinkhole situation.
Yeah.
So look at that. So that, you know what I'm saying? So that's crazy. I mean, like, hey. I mean, what do you think that it would actually take to make these situations better? Do you think is the people of a whole?
What do you mean?
I'm talking about like though, like I'm talking about like the people as a whole. Like, do you think we do it? Do we come up with a fund of our own to say, look, start pulling these pipes up, or do you really? Because I'm just saying, I know it's gonna cost money, but look at the effect that is.
I don't think that people could do that because that's city property. You still have to get the okay from the city, even if you came up with the money to do it. But I think it would expose a bigger problem because somebody will say, "Well, why are we replacing these pipes anyway?" And then they say, "Oh, well, because they old and the metal in there, and the metal's coming out and could flow through." What? And like I said, a lawyer's going to attach on that like a pit bull.
Speaking of which, I seen a situation before I came up ahead, and we was talking about. Remember last week when we were watching the show, when shout out to Mazel, but with the financial of the houses. And I know you know a lot about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? What do you think that the people should do? Like, far as like, remember when I was talking about the houses, to get the house appraisal and all that?
Right.
So
right.
like when they had the white people, like, so what would be the best way? Because I know you know a lot about that.
Well, I mean, they have all the evidence. I would file a claim for discrimination.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
do you how do you go about going to find the appraisal? That's like, how do you go about finding an appraisal and all that? Like the dude, like you do your homework on the appraiser first. How do you go about doing that?
Well, I mean, it's not the actual appraiser; it's the formula that he's doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So basically, find an appraiser that you know and you trust, that you like.
Okay. That's like an inspector, almost like an inspector. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a formula that he's filling out. You know what I mean? Taking pictures, evaluating.
Because I know you know a lot about that, so I was just like,
I did a couple of appraisals.
Yeah. Okay.
But not official on that level. Look, the appraiser sent me out there to do the work.
Right.
He gave me $50, and he made probably like $600.
Okay.
But it's just numbers. You filling out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you know? Like, can you do that yourself? Don't you you go to Carfax and say, hey, like. You
can do more homework as far as finding out the comps.
Blue book, like the blue book value. That's what I meant. The blue book value. Don't you know the blue book value? You going to say how much a car worth? No, right. You can't do that with homes.
With real estate work, you get the houses in your area, and you get the houses that's like yours, and you compare 3 of those houses. So depending on the condition your house is in, you fit anywhere between you have the highest price and the lowest price. Okay. And then you say my house is in this condition, it fits somewhere in here, and boom, that's where my house should sit as far as price.
Okay, all right. Because I kind of wanted to know that a little bit, so that's all.
I mean, that's pretty much what it is. But it's like when it's like you dealing with human beings once again. That appraiser may have knew that people in that area, don't like these people coming in there. I mean, it's a bunch of different things that could happen, but that's not uncommon. It was way more common years ago, but it's not uncommon that somebody come in, and if you too ethnic or something like that, they don't gravitate towards that sometimes. You got pictures of Africa on the wall,
right,
and Bob Marley and stuff like that. I mean, it might be tasteful, a dope joint, but they're gonna look at you like, I don't know. In their mind, they might think, well, he can't take care of the house as good because he smoke weed or something.
Yeah, but that don't got nothing to do with
nothing
to do with the house.
No.
Wow. So yeah, as a matter of fact, I was just reading one of the comments down here, and they was just saying like, yo, I want to use the money from the cameras and the traffic lights. Why don't they use that to fix the pipes?
Man, you ain't taking any money.
A lot of people don't know that's a private sector that's happening.
But the city still get a cut. You know what I'm saying? That's contracts. Everything is because Xerox had the one in Baltimore County. You know what I mean? And it was a problem with it. That's why they cut them off, because they weren't calibrating them correctly. Okay. And people was getting tickets sitting at the light, and they said
I did see
like that. But hey, this is a weird thing I heard. I forgot what state this was in, but this has got to go to show when people were foodies, you know what I'm saying? People were serious about their food. So it was at a Papa John's, and the guy got home. He was mad because the garlic sauce and the pepperonis wasn't in there. Right? So he drove back to the Papa John's, got to arguing with the man, and the guy kind of was blowing him off.
Right.
So he chased him behind the counter. And that long thing they take the pizzas off.
Yeah.
He grabbed that and got to beating the man with it.
No, for his garlic sauce?
For the garlic sauce and the pepperonis. So the man grabbed something called a pizza spear, which I didn't even know what it was, and stabbed him.
I like pizza, but goddamn. But everybody's all right though, right?
Yeah. The police came. The man had to go to the hospital. He wasn't gravely hurt or nothing like that, but... What's up with you, dog? You beating somebody with a daggone pizza joint.
Hey, man.
Then you got spared.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm gonna jump on this right quick before we get up out of here. It was a pastor down in Southern Texas, a Baptist mega church. Mm-hmm. He had to step down. You know why?
Wow.
Because he was in the sisters' congregation. He was in the DMs leaving inappropriate messages. I'm curious to know what the messages were saying. But you know what I'm saying. So hey, we about to get up out of here.
Hey, hold on. Before we bounce, just want to talk real quick. What? Remember I said Dan Snyder, the guy that did The Wire.
Right.
Him, and he brought We Are the City.
Right.
We Own the City. And his wife was doing something called Lady in the Lake. It was supposed to be on Apple TV. They were filming that in Baltimore, down on Park Avenue. unfortunately on Friday, the people that was on the block down there decided they was going to tell them, no, you got to stop filming. They said, stop shooting or we going to shoot you. So they sent 2 representatives down. And they said, we need 50,000. It was 50,000. We'll let you go ahead and shoot. So the people that was, filming declined to give the 50,000. And from what I understand now, they filming it somewhere else, and it's a movie about Baltimore.
Hey, yo, maybe they can go out to the state fair this weekend. Y'all fix that. They can film out there. Hey, man, we get ready to get up out of here. Yo, the City Talk.
City Talk, we'll see y'all next week.
Go out there and get you some fried. Yo, go and get you some fried dough and all that. Man. Oh, that. Well, Sanji ain't back yet.
Keep it uncut.
What? Oh, yeah, so I thought she was. Well,
hey, but look, you know what I mean? More about that. What you think about that though? Like they ran down on the film crew and was like,
I mean, like the thing is, they making money off of it, and it's true. Like some of these things, some of these stories I get that's true, and we watch it as entertainment. But some of these stories was accurate stories, and it's kind of awful that what I'm saying, there's a lot of good things around here in the city, and it's just like you don't want to just keep seeing the same type of storyline repeatedly over and over and over again, and you come and exploit the neighborhood. You make your movie here. You just get to sit back with your homeboys, or you tell your cousins who are from other places, like, yo, that was on my block, but then what did they do for the block?
Right. My thing is, why don't you come in the neighborhood and ask some of the people out there, do y'all want to be some of the actors?
Yeah, put people to work if that's the case. So it's like, come through, you exploit the block, you make a movie, and then after you leave and you gone and, they move on with the film crew. This situation you made a movie about, this is people's real lives now.
Right, they still stuck there.
So I get it. Like, you just want decency and order for like. I get it. Like dudes around there, whatever they doing. Right. First and foremost, black people do not like cameras. When I used to take pictures of people's houses, people used to run down on me like, "Why did you take a picture of the street sign?" And I used to be like, why did you care about the street sign? Nah, I just want to know. So black people do not like people filming. Right. And if you're going to disturb what we have going on here, whatever it is, I'm not even saying they was doing nothing illegal, but make us whole. Right. Give us something while you renting our space. You renting our space. Right. This is our Airbnb. Right. So no, I'm just saying, and I get that. No, just do right by what's if they coming on the block. Then, like you said, put them in the movie, and maybe they can have a success. Maybe the brother might find a talent to say, "Hey, yo, maybe I can act."
I mean, treat it like the Ravens. Get cheap help first.
Yeah, So like,
trade them before they blow.
Yeah. So I mean, that's only right. That's only fair. But I know that the state fair. You when was the last time you been to the state fair? Because the state fair is.
I've probably been like at least 10 years.
Okay. You take the kids and everything out, what I'm saying?
Honestly, it be the same old thing, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, but still, just go. I mean, you just don't.
I'd rather go to like a real music, because you can spend a lot of money at those fairs, man.
Yeah,
you spend a lot of money at those fairs.
You can.
Here come the first lady back.
So Sanji, we about to get up out of here, right?
Y'all trying to leave?
No, I'm just I didn't know you.
Y'all trying to leave?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we signing out over here. It's Big Void, it's Rod over here. Peace out, City Talk.
For real,
City Talk. Let's get it started. City Talk.
What's good? It's your boy Squirrel Wide. Hey, you know where I'm going to be September 10th? I'm going to be right here at Clifton Park for the Riff on the Cliff Fest. Brought to you by Fat Brand and Iconic. It's going to be crazy. It's all featuring Dream Dog, Young Moose, Rough Ends. Who else going to be there? Scola, IZM 400, Brett Sears, Miami Mills, BRM Stunton, Lil Ty. A little bit of everybody's going to be there. Big festival, 2 stages. You don't want to miss it. You need any information on it, all you got to do is go riffonthecliffest.org. See you there, Big Mouth.
Fat Brand presents the first annual Riff on the Cliff Music and Arts Festival, featuring Dream Doll, Young Moose, Scola De Niro of Blue Hill, J Grams, Ruffin, and many, many more. All happening Saturday, September 10th at 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. It's all happening at Clifton Park, 2801 Harford Road. Get your tickets today at riffonthecliffest.org. Sponsored in part by Iconic Entertainment and the Funds Unlimited Group.